let's continue.
Then in John chapter 10, verse 30, Jesus says, I and the Father are one. No misunderstanding. They didn't think,
Does this make him God when he says I and the Father are one? Let's ask ChatGPT. Hey ChatGPT, can you please give me a summary of the context around the verse in John 10:30? I want the most logical explanation for this verse, please.
When relying solely on the Bible and not external doctrines, the most logical interpretation of I and the Father are one in John 10:30 is that Jesus and the Father are united in purpose rather than claiming to be God.
Really? We were taught as Christians that this verse specifically mentions Jesus as God.
You're right. Many Christians interpret John 10:30 as confirmation of Jesus' divinity. However, a broader reading of the context in the complete Bible suggests that Jesus is speaking about unity and purpose rather than claiming to be God.
Can you please provide some more context around this verse?
Let me provide more context around this verse to clarify. In John 10:22-39, Jesus is speaking to the Jews at the Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah, in Jerusalem. They ask him to tell them plainly if he is the Messiah. Jesus responds by explaining that his works testify that he is sent by God. A few verses later, he says, My Father is greater than all, to show that God is the highest authority, and Jesus follows God's will and instructions. After this, Jesus says, I and the Father are one, v30, suggesting that he and God are working together in perfect harmony to protect and guide his followers. This interpretation is consistent with the broader themes of John, where Jesus repeatedly speaks of being sent by God to carry out his work and being in perfect obedience to him.
Basically, saying you are one with God does not imply you are God.
Correct.